I finally did it. It can't be real, man. The last shard we needed. Oh my god. I have been waiting to do this for such a long time. Let's combine these shards together. Do you wish to use 5 Venator shards to create a Venator bow? This process is non-reversible. Yes. Oh my god, man. Use 5 Venator shards to create a Venator bow. And we now have the bow. Uncharged though. Look at this beast of a weapon. 549 KC. We are just a little dry. So I've been going for this weapon right here, the Venator bow, for the past 2 to 3 months, killing the Phantom Muzzpa over and over. I'll show you guys my finishing collection log. Alright, finishing the Phantom Muzzpa, here is the collection log. We still don't have the pet, so we obviously might return one day, but for now, we are done. We got 5 Venator shards, 10 ancient icons, 33 frozen caches, and a ton of ancient essence. Now, the reason the Venator bow is so great is because the bow has an attack range of 6 or 8 when using the long-range combat style, and is able to fire any type of arrow. In addition, the bow does not degrade, so it's just phenomenal. Now, as for the stats of the bow, it gives a plus 90 attack bonus to range, and a plus 25 range strength. Now, you actually have to charge the bow up with these items called Ancient Essence, and it is a very common drop from the Phantom Muzzpa herself. You'll usually get like between 500 to 2,000 to 3,000 every single kill, so you will have a ton of it by the time you get enough shards to make the bow. So you can charge it up to 50,000 charges. I'm going to test this bow out today and see how powerful it really is. Now, don't make fun of the gear too much. We're just doing a simple Slayer task today. We brought the Slayer helmet, the Assembler, Necklace of Anguish, 20,000 rune arrows, the Venator bow with 50,000 charges, Missouri body, ancient jabs, Armadillo boots, barrows, gloves, and the Ring of Suffering. We have a simple Bloodvilles task, so we're going to be doing our Slayer task today, tracking the experience that we can get and see how long this actually will take to finish the task. And obviously we have 20,000 rune arrows to start and 50,000 charges in the bow, so we'll see how much we actually consume. Now, the reason people either buy this bow or grind for it is because it allows you to AFK creatures like crazy, because of it just attacks so many different targets at once. So we're going to start by drinking a ranging potion, putting on prey for melee and eagle eye, and start by attacking the first Bloodville. And as you can see, it will just hit multiple different targets at once, basically meaning that we will always be aggressive here. I'm going to start the timer right now. We've got 191 Bloodvilles to kill on this task. We'll track the ranging experience, how much we're going to get per hour, as well as the Slayer, because I am assuming this is going to be absolutely crazy Slayer XP. It's just so crazy to me that it hits like multiple different targets to the point where you don't really even need to worry about aggression, right? Because once you attack the one, you'll just start attacking multiple at once and they'll all be aggressive to you until more come. It's pretty crazy, but I really want to see how many of the ancient essence charges we use, and also how many rune arrows we will use in the in this Slayer task, right? It might not even be a full hour. We'll have to see. As you can see, we've already killed multiple of them. As you can see on screen right now, it's showing we're getting about 220k range experience per hour and 63k Slayer. That is freaking crazy. I'll also keep note of how many times we have to like say click another Bloodville again, if that even happens. And yeah, I will be back if anything interesting or exciting happens. I'm curious to see like when a superior will spawn too, how that'll work. I'm just so excited to have this weapon, man. Okay, we are like 7 minutes in right now, and I stopped being aggressive for a second, and then a Bloodville walked up, and now we've got 5-6 of them on us again. So I've only really clicked the screen to click my prayer. Might drink a super ranging or whatever when I need to, but I'm just watching some YouTube here on the side and really enjoying my time here. I can't believe this item exists. and I have it now, and I can use it for like Slayer's AFK Gazelle now, like a lot of the tasks anyways, right? I'm not going to be ranging every task, and I don't think this is going to be a great weapon to use, say, at like bossing, but for just regular PVM around the game, oh my good god. Well, we'll see what happens right here, right? We've got one blood fill, and you see another one spawns, and oh, like, dude, what the hell? This is so crazy that this item is real. Okay, 10 minutes in now, and they stop being aggressive, so we have to just click one of them, and should be good again, to be honest, right? Like, I don't see anything stopping this. I think we killed all of them in the room, and then they weren't aggressive to us anymore, right? And I'm sure I could just, like, click one of these guys over here, come back to the middle, and they'll all be aggressive again, so we can get, like, bigger stacks. Damn, this is just, I want to see, like, we can hit 4. So let's try putting this on long range and see what happens. So we'll be able to hit 8 targets, I believe it said on the wiki. You can hit up to 8 targets. I guess it depends on, like, where they are or whatever. Yeah, it hit the guy over here, too. We're not hitting as hard, and you do get a little bit of defense XP this way. I'm going back to rapid. I can't be asked. I just, oh, like, look at these XP drops. Like, consistently getting XP drops. And every time I look up at the screen, it's another Slayer XP drop as well. This is a good item for actually, say, training your account. Like, I'm max, so it doesn't really matter. But, like, you know, on the journey to getting 99, like, this is going to be extremely helpful. Well, we've got 2 kills left on the task, and let me just tell you, this has been absolutely incredible. I was either just drinking prayer potions or super ranging, and other than that, I probably clicked the screen 5 or 6 times when, like, I would be on aggressive or whatever. I didn't move out of the aggression square or anything at all during this hour. It's been smooth freaking sailing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the numbers up on screen right now. So from this simple Slayer task, we gained 44,000 HP experience, 132,000 range, 32k Slayer, and a little bit of defense, obviously, when we were testing out the long range method. But you got to keep in mind, I've only been doing this for 39 minutes. It's been less than an hour, and we gained a total of 210,000 experience. That's insane, man. Like, this is just a regular Slayer task that I would usually do with, say, melee, or maybe if I was a lower level, I'd do it with range and save spot them. But the fact that I can just sit here and, like, fully AFK and not even have to worry about the aggression timer or anything like that, because the bow will just do it itself, crazy. So we have 19,808 rune arrows. So, you know, we used less than 200 arrows in the 40 minutes. And as for the charges on the bow, we've used almost 1,000. But you got to remember, these charges are extremely cheap. Just looking at the Grand Exchange right now, the charges are 10 GP each, so we would have used 10,000 GP in the hour worth of charges, and a single drop from these guys is definitely worth more than that. Now, overall, is this bow worth grinding? Yes, 100%. Now, I think the Phantom Muzzpa is a great boss to actually learn. It teaches you a lot about the game, different switching your prayers, switching your gear, a lot of different PVM scenarios that you can learn from this boss, and it's made me a better player overall by doing this boss. I've killing it like 500 plus times, right? So yeah, definitely it's worth even just doing the boss to learn. You also make a decent amount of money. I made about 100 million GP in about 500 kills, so you know, that goes to show you too that you will make some money. And it was honestly fun doing it and camping it in order to get the shards and make the bow yourself. Now, if you are a regular account, you can just buy this bow for whatever it is right now, like almost 45 million GP. Now, do I think it's worth the investment? Yes, I do. Especially if you're, you know, like combat 80, combat 90, something like that, and you're going for like either maxing or going for like max combat or something. This is a great weapon to actually train Slayer with, and it's just great in general, right? Now, like I said, you're not going to be using this at many bosses or anything like that, but just an overall training weapon. I don't know if there's one really better in the game, especially for range, right? Like, this just destroys every other range weapon for training. Maybe not for DPS at bosses, but for training, like, it doesn't get much better than this. This genuinely makes Slayer so easy now. Like, pretty much any task that I get that I can use this bow at, I will probably be using the bow, just because it's just so accurate. You really don't have to pay attention at all. If you have the Runelite plugin where you can, you know, not log out for 20 minutes, you know, that's another good thing. You got to keep an eye on your prayers though as well, because you could die very easily. I'm really curious to test this out at different Slayer tasks around the game. So the downside to this bow is it only works in multi-combat areas. So as you can see right now, I'm only attacking one of the creatures at once. So in this case, it would be better to take, you know, melee gear or maybe a better range weapon like the blowpipe or something like that. Well, overall, that was the Venator bow, and I am super glad that I have it on my Ironman account now. It's going to make some of these Slayer tasks just incredibly AFK, super fun, super great ranging experience per hour, and it really does increase your Slayer as well.